Hi, everybody, and welcome to week 8. I just wanted to make you a quick video about what we're doing this week because it is quite a bit different than we've done in the previous 7 weeks we've had in class. So even though I haven't had a chance to grade everything from week 7, I thought I would give you this little intro for this week so you can get started on it. You do not have a discussion board this week at all, so you get to take a little break from that. But instead, you're going to do a little research project on one pedagogy that you choose. And these are from a list of innovative pedagogies that are different than probably what you have experienced as a student. So I'm just on week 8 of the course website, and I give a little intro right here of what pedagogy is. So then down here, I want you to start looking and trying to figure out which pedagogy you want to do some more research on. And so here's the list of them right here. But if you click here on review this playlist, I've actually collected one video for each different pedagogy. And so you can see a little preview of what all of these are. Some of them you might have a good indication already or a good idea of what they're about. But if you want to watch a little 3, 4, 5 minute video, then you can do that before you choose, because some of these might be a little different, like challenge-based learning or flipped learning. That might be a little different than you're used to thinking about those. But after this, after you kind of review those, then you're going to sign up for one. Now, I caution you because if you look at the playlist and you find one you like, don't just go and start researching it. You need to actually click on this link to the spreadsheet so you can sign up for them, because like this one, project-based learning, Juliana and Jacob have already chosen that. And that's another thing. You will be having a partner for this project. And so even though we're online, you guys need to get together. You can email each other back and forth. You can get on Google Docs or Google Slides or whatever you're going to do your presentation on. You can get on there and collaborate. You can get together in person, however you want to do it, but you are going to have a partner for this project. So you will sign up here, and then you need to sign up by Tuesday, and then you can start exploring what you need to do for your project. And so here's the link to the pedagogical research presentations and all of the things that you need to do for that project. So the first thing you need to do is really explore what yours even is. Okay, so you're going to start researching, and you can consult all the online sources that you want. Make sure you look at where the information is coming from. It can be from educators' blogs, YouTube, podcasts, all the different blogs that you guys follow. Think of your PLN and the things that you find on there. And so you're going to you can consult hashtags on Twitter. But you need to have at least 5 resources for your presentation. And the things you're going to be looking at are going to be these. You're going to give us a description, what it looks like in the classroom. And this does mean what the teacher does and what the students are doing. So if you don't know what that is, you're going to have to research some educators who are doing this in their classroom and talking about it. So get some good thoughts and good examples of what it looks like in the classroom. And then what are the benefits for both the students and the teachers? And, this could be more student voice. It could be students who are more motivated because of the specific teaching approach. It could be teachers have more time to work one-on-one. It could be lots of different things, but you need to look for that in the resources you're looking at. And also for every pedagogy, there will be some kind of challenge. And so you need to look at what are those things you have to have in place that might go wrong or that might be a hindrance or a barrier to implementing this approach, and put those in there because we need to see both sides of the coin. And then you need to list and link at least 3 digital tools that can be utilized to enable and support this pedagogy. So you have to talk about the different tools that can be used. These might be tools that can be used with other approaches as well, but you might find these tools like apps or websites, things that teachers or students create with, and find them on the hashtag searches on Twitter or just on teachers' blogs. You need to describe what they are and then how they can be used with your pedagogy. And then you need to get a little bit more specific and describe and link at least two examples of teachers actually utilizing this with their students. What are they doing and how are the students reacting? This could be, again, through blogs or hashtag searches to find teachers actually using this approach. And then as you come across this information, as you're researching, you should find some information about how teachers can get started utilizing this type of pedagogy. So if you're talking about project-based learning, what do they need to think about first? How can they actually make it happen in their classroom? Kind of like a checklist, do this, arrange this, get this tool, get this device, get this, whatever it is. Have some suggestions for teachers who want to use this type of pedagogy. So I put this example over here as something not to do because too many words, too many colors on this slide. I don't want it to be a bunch of slides with just 1,000 words. I don't want that. That's horrible. You don't want to sit through that, and neither do I. And so I really want you to use lots of images. You can use a short video clip if you want to. You can use diagrams or flowcharts or whatever it is, but make it visual in nature and use minimal words, because actually you're going to be recording yourself talking about your presentation, and that is where you can give all the information that is represented by your pictures. So the other requirements for the presentation part, like a Google slide presentation, would be you have to have at least 5 images and all with the correct citations, have 5 resources, like I just told you before, on their own slide, so in APA format, and then include a slide for questions, because when you create your voice thread, then your students or your peers who are your audience can add their questions on there as well. And then after you do the presentation part of it, the Google slide presentation, then you are going to upload your presentation to VoiceThread and record yourself presenting. And so I suggest that you actually write a script for your presentation, but you don't have to. You can go on what you are thinking, what you know, but I would make a script. This is not required. So but if it's in your Google Drive, I can kind of look at it, but I'm not going to take a grade on that. And then you are going to record yours and your partner's voices on the slides. If you want to do one person on one slide, the next person on the next slide, just make sure it's balanced in some way. I don't want you to just record the words on the slide. You need to actually teach us about the content. So elaborate on what you have on there. And make sure you balance that load. So each slide should be no more than a minute or a minute and a half long. And so that means your whole presentation should be no more than 15 minutes long. Okay, and so then you guys can read this, go on and where do you post your thing when you're done, and post replies and all of that. And so then you will do a paragraph on your professional page. Let's see, this presentation is not actually due until the end of next week. And so, actually, I'm sorry, not the end of next week. It is actually due by Tuesday, October 16th, the presentation itself. And then the whole group discussion board and the responses and stuff, they're due by that next Friday. So you have most of 2 weeks to do this, but I would get started since you do have to work with a partner, and that can be hard to schedule. So that is what I wanted to talk to you about for this week. And so just make sure and sign up by Tuesday and get with your partner, pick your pedagogy, and start kind of dividing and conquering the workload. And then the other thing that is due this week, which you should have already been working on, is your teacher interviews that are due by Wednesday at midnight. This is a change because of fall break, so it's due by Wednesday this coming week, midnight. So, all right, well, that is it, and I look forward to seeing what you guys come up with.